And we are live, and this is Schel Kidd getting ready to do some magic in the kitchen along with Jackie Schwark. And Jackie, you're going to be cooking as well as tasting. And I am Ann White. I'm the founder of the Creating Calm Network, and we are honored to have these two in the kitchen whipping up some vegetarian delight, and we never know what it's going to be. So it's a surprise for me as it is for you. And I poured a glass of Chardonnay so I could sit here and because I never get to taste. I'm in a different location. So we are live, and this is Schel Kidd getting ready to do some magic in the kitchen along with Jackie Schwark. And Jackie, you're going to be cooking as well as tasting. And I am Ann White. I'm the founder of the Creating Calm Network, and we are honored to have these two in the kitchen.
All right. So I think we're going here.
Yeah, I think we had a little reverb. We had our 2-minute delay, but we've got it all turned off, and I'm turning it over to you because I know you want to work your magic in 30 minutes.
30 minutes.
All right.
30 minutes. Here we go. All right.
3003.
Oh, welcome. So we're going to try something new here tonight, here on the Creating Calm Network, Cooking with Schel. Of course, I'll introduce Jackie Schwark, my co-host, and tonight I'm going to be the taster, though. Want to say a few words to the people, Jackie?
Yeah, I'm super excited. Shel's going to actually take me through some steps on making a nice, fresh dish for us today. So, and I guess he's using me as the example of anybody can do this.
Anybody can do this. Many times I'm always asked, he's used to be a chef, and he can do this, he can do that, and I try to say to people, cooking and raw is about just making very simple, quick, and easy dishes. Things that you can replicate at your home, or you can even cook along with me by watching some of the videos on the Cooking and Raw channel. So as you can see, normally I'm not this relaxed. I have my peppermint tea in hand. I have my lovely assistant here who's going to do her thing. But before we get started here, we're going to talk about the change of the seasons. We're here in Wisconsin, and so we're at the end of the fall. End of the summer, coming up the beginning of fall here. So for us here, tomatoes and zucchinis and squashes are just going wild. So we've been doing quite a few different videos, having quite a few dishes with tomatoes. But as we begin this transition, we'll stand over here a little bit, Jackie. As we begin this transition into the new season, I want people to think about grains. So as we start moving into the future shows, I'm going to do quite a few different things with grains. You know how I like to do my mad science laboratory with herbs, do the same thing with grains. So I have here a bunch of different grains, like white quinoa, red quinoa, black quinoa, different rices, different lentils, black lentils, red lentils, green lentils. So I want people to start thinking about grains, and as we move forward coming to the fall, where we start getting into more heartier type vegetables, potatoes, different types of potatoes, heartier greens, and trying to utilize the grains to kind of balance and offset our diet. And then throwing in some other type of protein-rich items, maybe some tofu, throwing some tofu in there, doing things, with soybeans. And we did those soybean pods are pretty cool. But for today's show, so look forward to that as we move into the future. Continue to use all those vegetables in the season. Check us out on the YouTube channel Cooking and Raw, and you see how I preserve some of my vegetables at the end of the summer season. So today's show, we're going to be doing something with pasta and tomatoes. Again, it's tomatoes at the end of the season here in Wisconsin, and we're going to do quite a bit with tomatoes. And again, we talked about we're going to do a dish that is so easy that I tell people that everyone can do it. It's very easy. So Jackie, we got some water boiling. I'm going to turn the camera here, and we're going to have a different view. The view now is going to be right over the stove.
Yeah.
Great.
Okay? Now, so you'll be able to hear my voice. You won't be able to hear me, but you'll be able to see what's happening on the stove. So we have the water going here. So, Jackie, I'm just going to pretty much instruct Jackie, and she's going to do her thing.
Okay.
Let's get some salt in the water because you're going to start making your pasta.
All right.
All right? So Jackie's going to salt up her water here. Again, this is a nice pasta dish. I'll show you what we're going to put in this dish. We have some golden tomatoes, nice and sweet. I'm going to snip one for myself. Great. Jackie just picked those this morning.
I did.
Again, utilizing fresh ingredients, we're going to use some onion. onions that came inside of my CSA box, you know, that I carry over. So we're going to use some fresh onion in there and garlic, you know. So I have some garlic left over. Then I'm going to use some of that nicely minced, you know, and then we may do some of that 00 coming into the mix here.
Maybe.
Maybe. You know, it's all on Jackie because I want her to flavor the dishes the way she likes to flavor them. So Jackie, go ahead and get your pasta going on. Get your pasta started.
All right.
Water's boiling. Pasta's right here. All right, now when it comes to pasta, let's show the people the pasta. When it comes to pasta, you know, we're using the Barilla pasta, Salentinani, you know, a nice curly type of macaroni, you know, and Jackie's going to do some of that and get it started in the water here. But you could use whole wheat pasta, 100% semolina pasta. Heck, you can even make your own pasta. You can use different pasta shapes for this particular dish. Now, Jackie likes to go full. So how much did you put in there, Jackie?
Half a box.
About a half a box.
Half a box.
These boxes are like a pound.
A pound.
A pound of pasta.
That's
all right.
right.
So she got half a box of pasta in there.
Do the stirring spoon.
I have a stirring spoon here
Thank
for you.
you.
But let's get going to the black drawer with the black utensil. She's gonna get that stirred up, and while she's stirring her dish, there you go there.
Oh, thank you very
Set that in the
much.
center.
All right, what's next?
All right, now you have your saute pan heating up.
All right.
All right. So you're gonna add a little bit of oil to that, and then you're gonna start sauteing your aromatics here.
And as I always remember, you don't need a lot of olive oil because you can always add olive oil.
Now, watch me flip the script on this one here, okay? Let's turn this down. In this case, we want the oil to work with the tomato in order to, okay, here we go. It happens real raw here. You see that? It happens raw. So we're going to let this cool down a little bit, Jackie.
All right.
All right? All right, so we let that cool a little bit because we don't want to have a burned taste or a rancid taste of oil in our dish here, okay? So let that cool down. Go ahead, get that pasta stirred while I get this cool for you off the fire.
Sure you don't need another pan?
No, I'm good. I'm good.
All right.
I'm good. Because then we're going to do something like this, all right? We're going to take our tomatoes and toss in, okay?
I thought we did our onion and garlic.
No, we're going to do, we got the fire hot here. So we're going to do tomatoes because we want the juice here. So we're going to have a little bit of tomatoes here. You see that there? A little bit of tomato. All right, get that going. You see there? Nice and saute here. That's going to help cool down our pan a little bit too. All right? So this is a good trick for you, you know. When your pot gets too hot, you need to cool it down, especially when you have an electric stove. Add a cold ingredient, hard ingredient like the tomatoes to cool down your pot. Now, Jackie, go and add in your onion.
All right.
Now we can adjust your flame here.
All right, here we go.
All right, so it's adding your onion. So typically what happens, you add in your aromatics first, which will be the onion. And you get that nice and sauteed. Grab yourself a wooden spoon here. All right. Get that nice and sauteed. All right, want to cook the onion. Look at this. We got skill.
Yeah.
We're going to try to toss these up.
Well, I don't want that.
All right, so we're cooking the onions until they're soft. All right. Now, notice you didn't add her garlic first. Again, you don't want to burn that garlic. And when you add your garlic first, especially if the oil is hot, your garlic gets burned. You just want the garlic to just add a little bit of flavor to it. So now, add in some of your garlic.
Some of it or as much as
It's
I want?
entirely up to you. This is your dish.
Well,
What she's going for.
Well, y'all know I love garlic.
She's going for it.
Every bit.
All right. So she has her garlic added. And so this is going to saute it up again. Now, again, as I said, we do not want the garlic to burn. Now, here's the skill, Jackie.
All right.
Take a look at your pasta, see where you're at. Okay? Timing is everything.
Ooh.
All right. And she got ready to go to pasta.
Yep.
So now, you can add in some more tomato. Now, we got that heat of the oil under control. Add in some tomato. Hey, you know what?
All of them? Or?
That's entirely up to you.
Right.
You want to add another tomato?
Sure.
All right, crank up your heat a little bit so you can get that. So what we're doing now, we want this tomato to break down. This is a chunky tomato that's making a very natural sauce. You can see the juices happening here. So add a little salt to it, Jackie.
All right. Got that.
Now, she's adding salt to help break those tomatoes down and to help them to get the juice. And while she's doing that, I'm going to cut up another tomato for her.
Ooh.
Because you can use as many different flavored tomatoes as you like in this dish. There are no roots. And that's cooking the raw. So how's it going over there?
Oh,
Jackie?
super.
Going super over there?
Yep, starting to break down.
All right.
Checking my pasta. I got this.
You got that? You got it under control?
I got it all under control. That's right.
So, Jackie.
Yeah.
Now, when you think about cooking,
Yes.
vegetarian or vegan type dishes, I mean, what comes to mind for you?
This dish right here.
This dish right here?
This dish right
is,
here.
Is this one of those dishes that says, you know, goodbye to summer, hello to fall?
Yeah, yes. I love tomatoes. I think this is a great idea to mix. Of course, if you've been watching the shows, most people know I like the onions and the garlic, and then you just throw tomatoes in. And funny thing, I like how this is getting to be a sauce. I wasn't sure how that was going to work out.
Ready to dump this in?
Yep.
All right, so she's putting in some slicers or baby beef steak tomatoes. Have those going in. Now, she's just making a very nice natural sauce here. Sauce here. Now, you may want to add a little bit more sauce. You added some more tomatoes and juice that up.
Do you have any, like, pepper flakes?
Oh, you want to go spicy?
Oh, yeah.
She wants to go spicy. Here's a spoon for you so you can taste to see where your sauce is.
Okay, I'm ready some pepper.
You got you covered here.
Super.
Go ahead.
All right.
So now,
crack some pepper in. Pepper.
we also get the question, you know, I always get a question about, you know, how do you know how much of what type of spice, what type of flavor to put in? You know, that's where you're utilizing your sight, your sense of smell, your sense of sight. You know, looking at your sauce, smelling, you know, the ingredients. You know, you can smell this pepper when it's freshly ground. You know, and then you always have to taste. It's the key to everything, to every dish you make is tasting. Look how that's nicely saucing up for you. That's gonna be pretty nice. So give it a taste, see where it's at.
Right.
And you said you want to do some pepper flakes, huh?
Yeah.
All right, so let's look into my Mad Kit here
Maybe a little more salt.
and get us up some pepper flakes because she wants to go spicy. Again, you can make this dish, and I encourage people to make the dish the way you want. So some pepper flakes. This is going to go in there. Now, you spice it up any way you like. That's up to you.
Okay.
But remember, you can always add,
Can always add
but
more.
you can't take away.
I'm good with that.
All right? So she's got a little bit of heat to hers, to her dish there. So how's that looking out for you? So we're going to turn this fire down a little bit because we don't want our sauce to evaporate until we add the pasta to it. All right? So how's our pasta looking? How are we looking on time, man?
Huh?
I can hear.
No, I had my microphone muted because my.
Oh, okay.
You've got 15, 18 minutes.
Oh, fantastic. Wonderful, wonderful. I'm going to grab my teacup here. So, Jackie.
Yes.
Do you feel comfortable behind the stove?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, is it a dish that you can make all over again?
Over and over.
Have you tasted it yet?
Yeah.
Yeah? So
Well, I
you
didn't
added
taste it
more
since
salt.
I didn't taste since I put the hot stuff in, so I'm gonna give that a little bit.
This is going to be kind of neat. Let's throw this up here.
Oh, you're gonna watch my
This
face?
is going to be kind of neat because I get to be the taster.
Oh.
All right?
All right.
All right, I'll let you go first.
That's right, because it might need something.
Okay. All right.
And remember the last time, or 2 weeks or 2 months ago, Jackie put cinnamon in.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. She went way out the box.
That's right.
Is it great for me to taste now?
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, here we go.
I'm pretty confident.
Now, the most difficult thing that I also about cooking is, you know, trying to flavor a dish for everyone that's going to be eating. You know, and I say to people, kind of underflavor because people can always add a little more salt, a little more pepper to the dish. But I tend to try to, you know, push the envelope and go right on the spot. And so far, where's the wood? Knock on wood. I've been lucky. All right, here we go. Oh, yeah. Very fresh tasting. Nice acidity from the tomatoes. The sweetness from the tomato and the onion. The heat comes in the background. You know, it makes my mouth water. I can't wait to try this with the pasta.
You're doing great.
You're doing great so far. You see how easy that was? You know, in a matter of minutes. So how's that pasta coming along, Jackie?
It's not done yet.
Pasta's not done yet.
Needs a little time yet.
How much time you think you need?
2-3 minutes.
Okay. While you're doing that then,
Yes.
I'm going to just let people look at the sauce, and I'm going to get our bowls ready.
Ooh, super.
All right, get our bowls ready so you can be ready to plate.
And then we have bread too. Do you have any
All right.
bread to go with this delicious
Well,
meal I'm creating?
you can go bread. You can go crackers.
Oh, crackers.
You can go flatbreads. Heck, you can even go tortillas. This just changed the whole thing. We can wrap this whole thing in a tortilla.
That would be different.
I mean, the thing is that, again, make the dish your own. You know, it's not my recipe, but it's instead your recipe.
Hey, you don't have any like greens in your refrigerator.
Well,
that we can maybe like roll some greens in, do you?
Let's roll some greens in there then.
Yeah.
I mean, again, it's almost called like a refrigerated clean out, right? All right, so you want some greens? We got some spinach and some arugula in here, so toss some of those in. You can rip them,
Yes, I'm gonna do
a nice little shred.
We'll see how that works out for me.
All right, just very, very gently. You want them to bruise so
I
much.
wasn't gonna chiffon it.
Chiffonade.
Chiffonade.
It's called chiffonade.
Chiffon.
Well, here you go.
The fashion babe.
Your fashion thing. So just added in some spinach and some arugula blend here. You know, I mean, so you can take the dish any direction you would like to take it. How's that pasta? Is that Riley? Was that Riley?
Yes,
So-
it was.
We must be doing good because if Riley can smell it all the way over there.
Look at that. I love the colors now.
Great. So I'm going to take a taste of your pasta here, see where you're at.
All right, I'm just gonna rinse my
Okay.
hands quick.
All right. Oh yeah.
Is it done now?
Pasta's ready. Okay. Now, something I learned when I was cooking in Italy. Pasta waits for no one.
All right.
When the pasta's ready to go. Now you notice we have a little sauce here. We're going to crank that fire up because when we add the pasta, we want the sauce to sort of coat the dish. Okay?
All right.
So we're going to move this here. Want me to hold this and bring this closer to you? All right.
Sure.
So she's going to dump her pasta in.
So I didn't strain it
You didn't strain it.
because
You know-
use some of this pasta juice in there, don't you?
You use some of the pasta juice if you don't have enough sauce. You can see here we got enough sauce here. All right?
Oops.
All right. She's not that good at that. I'm going to let this cook down some here.
Do you want more pasta in or no?
Yeah, we want more pasta.
Okay. All right.
Okay? We want more pasta. Bring the pasta over. We're going to cook this down.
Well, here, why don't we do
There
that?
you go.
Here.
All
Let's
right.
do this Jackie style.
Let's do it Jackie style. All right?
Now,
Yes.
that was one of the biggest things that encouraged me to make pasta is the way you're having Jackie do it. I always thought you had to strain it, and then it's hot, and you know, I hated that part. But the fact that you're just putting your pasta right in your sauce really cuts out a horrible step that most people, I think, don't like.
Yes. I mean, oftentimes when you're going to strain the pasta, it's because you're going to use it later. All right, but if you're going straight into the dish, like you're cooking in the restaurant, it's going straight into the dish, there's no need to strain. You go straight into it. Because let's say, right, we have the fire cranked up here, and that sauce is starting to get absorbed or starting to dehydrate. So we would use a little bit of that pasta water to rehydrate our sauce, and we could use that pasta water, because all that good starch is in there. We could use that pasta water and also to help thicken our sauce here. Now, one more thing about seasoning your sauce. You must, when you're working with pasta and making sauces, you must make sure that your sauce is heavy seasoned. Because when you add the pasta, you know, again, you did cook in salt water, but when you add the pasta to the dish, it's going to take away a lot of the flavor. So you want to hope that your pasta water was salted enough that you won't have to add any more salt to your dish. So Jackie,
Yes.
grab yourself a fork,
All right.
get a taste, and
All right.
see how you need to adjust your flavors here.
Perfect.
Nice color. You know what? It's like fall colors.
It's beautiful.
Over your hand, over
Here, take that.
over the hand. See, you can tell I worked in the kitchen, not over the pie.
I need more salt.
More salt, she said. Now she's the cook. This is Jackie's interpretation of what this dish should taste like.
Yeah, but when the cinnamon comes out, Schel, take it away.
I'm watching. In fact, I hid the cinnamon earlier, just in case. So, what do you think about your sauce, Jackie?
I don't know.
Is it saucy enough? Do
I
you need
don't
to
know.
add some more water? Okay, there we go. Nice and creamy.
I have to. No, I like the consistency.
Consistency, beautiful. Now let's hit it with some parsley.
Well, I gotta try it for
Okay.
salt again.
There you go. I turned your fire down.
That's good.
Is that it?
Mhm.
All right. So you're gonna hit it with some parsley.
All
You know,
right.
don't be stingy on the parsley.
We're going to do this before we put it in the bowl?
Yes.
Okay.
Because we're going to toss that through. Now, we can have Jackie show you guys how to toss.
Oh, yeah. Well.
Okay. But we're going to just let her stir in. All right. Toss it in there. Don't be afraid of the parsley. Now, this takes us back to the dish tasting green again, tasting truly fresh from the garden, you know, having some dried parsley in there, blended with the tomatoes and the onion and garlic. It's like a hot garden salad. Look at that sauce. Really nice, really nice. Right? So now, we're going to give you a pair of tongs here so you can plate up. All Unless you'd rather use a spoon, how you want to do it?
A tongs?
Yeah.
Oh. Well, I'll give it a whirl.
We're giving her a restaurant lesson here.
We'll give it a whirl.
All right.
I don't know how that's going to work, but we'll
So
try.
you take some of that, toss it inside your bowl, and while you're doing that, I'm going to slice you some bread. Or you just want to dish the whole thing up here. Are you going to toss it in the bowl? Okay, there you go.
So far, so good.
I like this camera angle. That's neat.
Thank you. So that'll be one dish. I'll bring it over here so you can see. Right here. We'll move your spoons here. I got it. We'll move your spoons here so people can actually see the dish. Okay.
Put some bread on there with that dish?
You want some bread? Okay, I'll slice up some bread for you.
Yeah.
You know, it's kind of neat.
You never have enough carbs.
It's kind of neat not doing the cooking for a change and watching someone else discover something about themselves. Now, again, as I said, we're going to go with a French loaf. All right? Nice, crusty French loaf we're going with for this dish. We go big. Now, again, if you want to go vegetarian, I assume you can still do bread. Put a little bit of bread here. Now, let's give it a drizzle of extra virgin olive oil, Jackie.
All right.
You know, you got to top it off. Let's go with the good stuff, the classic.
All right, let's do that.
Okay, there you go. So you give it a nice little drizzling of oil. We're dressing it up to finish off the dish. Now, see, you can tell the difference between Jackie and I, huh? She's being very careful.
Is that good?
That's beautiful. That's beautiful.
Was that a little much?
That's beautiful. So now, we dab a little bit of more parsley on there. So we got our greens in here for color. Okay. And since that bowl is going to be mine, I'm going to take it to another level. I'm going to give it a nice little shaking of 00. All right. Now for the taste. Grab me a fork here, Jackie, and I'm going to do the taste. So I hope that...
Schel, 00, is that kind of a kicky like cayenne or something like that, a little bit of heat?
Well, actually...
Don't give away your recipe, but it's...
Well, actually, you want to work the camera, Jackie? Well, actually, the 00 is a mixture of different spices. You know, it's something that I created a while back ago. You know, I wanted to emulate some of the different flavors I had in some of my travels and cooking in restaurants. So I created this spice mix called 00. I couldn't come up with a nice, flashy name, so I just simply called it 00. You know, but from there, it went from 00 to 10. So I have 10 spices that I create. You know, this is all up here in my mind. Okay, I did write them down eventually, but they're all up here in my mind. And I have my spice kit that I can play around with it.
You know, pasta waits for nobody.
Pasta waits for nobody.
So is
remember.
a hot, like a spicy, or...
Well, with 00, I do have cayenne and pepper flakes in it, but just enough, just to give a little bit more backbone to it. But when I'm actually using it in a dish, if I want to kick up the spices even more, I can just simply add more to it. And again, when I'm cooking food or flavoring things, I try to go neutral, because you never know what your guest palates are going to be like. So you go neutral. You want them to just simply taste everything that they're eating.
Okay, Jackie, here's the taste test.
Here we go.
I know. Got your fingers.
Here we go. Oh, yeah. Good job. Very good job. I guess I shouldn't move so fast. It went blurred. Again, as I said earlier, you taste the freshness of the tomatoes, the acidity makes your mouth water, the nice sweetness, the nice sweet end of the summer taste exploding in your mouth, and that parsley, it just brings out more of that vegetable characteristic too. So, Jackie, have some yourself.
All right, well, I was waiting.
Oh, sorry.
I was waiting for you, you know.
So I hope that I've shown you how simple it is to prepare the dishes that we do here on the Creating Calm Network, Cooking with Schel. And again, as we move forward into the fall, into the cold season, begin to do more with greens and blending those grains with different of the fall vegetables. Oh,
I must say, I did do a great job.
Applause.
I'll do a little curtsy.
Applause. Beautiful. So how did she do on time, Ann?
You're great. You have 5 minutes, but we don't have to go the whole way. You guys can just sit back and enjoy and send me some pictures. It just shows that in probably 20 minutes, while you're chopping, you have prepared a wonderful dish that you can serve for company, for yourself if you're home alone. I mean, very impressive, guys.
Yes, yes. And be sure to stay tuned and look for us on the Creative Com Network.
Mm-hmm.
You know, visit our page and visit all the other hosts on the Creative Com Network. A lot of interesting things take place there. A lot to learn. A lot of things that can help you. We're here to serve. We're here to give. Also, you can find myself on YouTube. That's Cooking in the Raw. And I just say, what is it? 2 weeks from now, we start the new season of the Cooking in the Raw show. That's September 17th.
Yes.
And you can watch that on cookingintheraw.net.
Yes.
Jackie.
Yes. And if you, I would love for you to come and hang out with me. You can find me over at Hangout Local Biz, B-I-Z Connection, or on my Facebook page, which is also Hangout Local Business Connection.
Hey, can you see the beads on my head? The beads of sweat?
Yeah.
This got a little kick to it.
So I'd say thanks for joining us, everybody.
Oh, thank you, everybody. And Schel, when does your next edition of Cooking in the Raw magazine come out? That is an exquisite culinary magazine. I love it. So when's the next one coming?
Thank you very much. The next magazine will be released in October, around the first week of October. October 1st is what I'm pushing for, but it'll be October. So we can get a little bit of a holiday cheer as we go into our winter season. Did I just say that word?
I know.
Winter season?
And Schel, how can they find the magazine?
You can find the magazine. Subscription is free. Subscribing is free. You can find the magazine, how to subscribe, on cookingintheraw.net. That's cookingintheraw.net. Should I go www.cookingintheraw.net?
Perfect.
Thank you, everybody. Chaos has happened in the White House, so I'm just going to say
Bye, Riley.
Bye.
See you later. Mwah.
Gusto.
Bye.